Staying productive is hard. Some of the only things I remember from elementary school are the doodles in my notebooks. Drawing was my creative outlet. In middle school, I got obsessed with neat notes. That week, I started bullet journaling. And honestly, it kind of spiraled from there. I became obsessed with productivity. In high school, I tried everything. Notion lists, Todoist, Microsoft To Do, TickTick, SchedPal. I spent $180 on a Chrome extension that promised to optimize my schedule for me. Eventually, I discovered something. What's measured is managed. I recorded my screen every day, hundreds of time lapses, and every night I'd watch them back. Eventually, I realized maybe I was a little crazy. So I left that habit behind when I went to college. And yet, a new generation of productivity tools followed me. But maybe I was onto something back in high school. What's measured is managed. And now, as a CS major, I can build something better than a simple time lapse. So, this winter break, in between Christmas dinners and family meetups, I decided to build my own productivity app. I gave myself 3 days. 3 days to build a productivity app from scratch. Yeah, a ridiculous deadline. But I added a few rules. Rule 1, write it for native Mac. Rule 2, no AI agents writing for me. If I'm gonna do this, I wanna learn something new. And most importantly, Rule 3, I have to actually use it myself every single day. So I'll see you in 3 days. I started off day 1 by doing some extensive planning. I made a list of all the features I wanted to make. Then I crossed out half of them. I only have 3 days. The goal? Building a smart assistant that could keep me on task. The hardest part? Figuring out the complicated state management. There were so many edge cases and bugs that I had to catch. It took a long time, and honestly, I couldn't iron them all out. I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish this in 3 days. On day 2, I began to implement the UI. I decided to call my app Mojo, a twist on one of my childhood nicknames. By now, the idea for my app had fully come together. Mojo would be an orb that would idle on the side of my screen. Whenever I visit a distracting website, Mojo would intervene. I'd have to convince it why I deserve access to that website. At its core, Mojo would be an AI agent that was triggered by distracting websites and could decide to call tools like closing my tab or granting me a 5-minute break. If I couldn't tell Mojo why I deserved to watch YouTube, for example, in the next 10 seconds, then Mojo would automatically close my tab. I soon ran into another problem: trade-offs. In computer science, there's many known trade-offs. Space and time complexity, where an algorithm can become faster but must take more memory. There's the CAP theorem, consistency, availability, and partition tolerance, where any distributed system can only have 2 of the 3 properties. And for LLMs, there's a trade-off between speed and accuracy. An LLM can be fast, but not as accurate, or it can take a long time to think, but be really slow. Since classifying a website seemed easy enough, I decided to go for speed over accuracy. On day 3, I hit a wall. I ran out of cursor credits. I also realized that building good apps take a long time, and usually multiple people. And here I was, trying to build an app solo in just 3 days. But by now, the app had mostly taken shape, despite a few weird bugs, and was doing what I wanted it to do. What's important isn't perfection, but just getting started. Don't worry about what action is right, worry about which actions make you closer to the person that you want to become. So, I'm proud that I was able to get the MVP out in just 3 days. And now for the demo. Alright, welcome to the Mojo demo. So right now when I'm in Notion, it knows that I'm productive, so it doesn't do anything. But, let's say I go over to YouTube, bang. Now Mojo has something to say about that. It wants me to, explain why I'm here. Mojo, I'm sorry, I'm just distracted. I can ask it, what do you know about me? Mojo remembers everything that you tell it. See, it knows that I'm editing my YouTube video. Now I want to take a little break, so break please. Oof, so I've taken quite a few breaks today. Just 5 minutes. Okay, boom. And my argument was successful. It granted me a 5-minute break. So Mojo has been sitting here for the last few days. I've been using it, and it mostly works. It's able to remember stuff about me. It's able to close things, and when I go back to Notion and back to studying, it just hides back away. And so, it was done. My very first productivity app. Does it work? Not perfectly, but it runs natively. I wrote the code myself, and I actually use it. Every day for the last week, I've been using this app, but I'm gonna keep on working on it. Let me know in the comments if you would actually use this. I learned a lot while making Mojo, and that's partly thanks to the other app I've been using alongside Mojo for the past week. Brilliant. Brilliant helps you become a better thinker and problem solver with thousands of visual and interactive lessons on math, programming, data science, AI, and more. I've been using Brilliant to learn new concepts in AI and data science, and it's a bit easier than building out a whole productivity app in 3 days. You can study just a few minutes a day to build mastery, and you can even study on the go with their mobile app. Brilliant is designed to be highly effective. They leverage active problem solving, a method that research has shown to be far more powerful than watching lectures or videos. It has a perfect mix of interactive problems, motivating challenges, and encouragement to keep you moving forward. You'll build genuine understanding and reach serious learning goals. To learn for free on Brilliant for a full 30 days, use my code brilliant.org/JonathanMo, scan the QR code on screen, or click the link in the description. Brilliant's also giving you guys 20% off an annual premium subscription, which gives you unlimited daily access to everything on their site. Thank you again to Brilliant, check them out. Also, this was my first attempt at a cinematic video, so please let me know how I did, and if you like this style of content. I'll see you guys next time.